And pitching in this one for the A's, Dylan Cease. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Inside.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. 1 out in the top of the first. So next to hit for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. Inside. 2-1.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance, and that's going to bang against the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Ball, that's off the plate.
1 out and a runner at second here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Fastball for a strike.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball. 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
Inside ball.
And a swing and a miss. Now 2 away. Nick Kurtz, the next to hit for the Orioles. He's someone intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning. And a big swing and a miss. That one inside. Ball 1. Henderson on second. Kurtz at first. 2 out of the inning. In the air, right field. Smith moving under it. And that is that. We go to the bottom of the first. And getting to start for Baltimore, Chris Bass. What's the word on him?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
1 pitch and 1 out. Next up for the A's, Brent Rooker. Bassett, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. In the air, right field. And there's 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace. And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
Ball, that's in.
How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch to pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
Got him. That ends the inning. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Now the Orioles catcher, Adley Rutschman.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
That clips the corner.
Ball, that's inside.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Here's a 2-2. Out towards right center field. Lockridge on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
That one finds the zone. 0-2. Inside,
Nope,
just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Breaking ball, and that got him.
Got him. Right there.
1 out man at first. Here's Ryan Mountcastle.
Hey.
Slider misses outside. Smith under it. 2 down. Line drive. Brings it in. And that is that. We head to the bottom of the second. Eugenio Suarez up to hit down.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Right through there for a strike. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He'll circle the bases. Tap foul to plate. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. That one the other way, and it goes just foul.
So he's just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Got him swinging, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Christian Walker in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Ball, that's out.
Rip to third. Handles, throws to first, and there's 2 down.
Batting 7th, second baseman, Chad Gallo.
Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Ball inside.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. This one could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Man on second, 2 down. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. 0-2 now. Struck him out. On to the third inning. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Jo Adell. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And there's one down.
Up next for the Orioles, shortstop Gunnar Henderson.
Ball one, no strikes. Swing and a ball popped up. Suarez settles underneath it. And there are 2 down. Now the left fielder, Taylor Ward. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
Ball, that's out.
Ward in his 6th season, hitting 3rd in the lineup, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Smith under it, brings it in, and that is that. As we go to the last of the third, here's the center fielder, Brandon Lockridge. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Cowser drifts towards it, and there's one down. Hammered, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Brent Rooker will hit next. He's 0 for 1. First pitch just misses. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Nope, inside, ball 2.
Swing and a miss. And the count is even, 2-2. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away. Just off the outside edge, ball 1.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2, get out of this.
Up the middle. Base hit into the outfield. Lopez around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2. First and second, 1 out. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for some.
Line shot into the gap, should score at least 1. Rooker headed for the plate. 1 run is in. Alonso is waved home. Now a relay to the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and it's 4-0.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
And that's off the inside edge. And the count is 1-1. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Man at second. Line to right, base hit. Stop Walk sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out. And now it's Christian Walker. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a foul out of play. Now one miss.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
This one in the air, center field. Cowser under it. He makes the grab. Runner tags for home. The relay throw. Save! And they add to their lead as the run scores from third. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. So up next, Cam Smith.
Nope, outside.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can.
That's a base hit. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Base is now loaded with 2 away. Tyler Wells will take over here.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute 1 pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
Now the 0-1. Late swing fouled off. Swing and a ground ball. They get the force. Inning over. Although Nick Kurtz now at the plate. He was walked intentionally his first time. That smash towards center. 1 up, 1 down.
Sometimes you want to be aggressive early in the at bat. He was right there. Hard line out. First pitch of the inning. No reward, but hey, you got to keep swinging it.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning. Here's Adley Rutschman, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3. It's a double play. And that'll do it. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Otto Lopez. Hammered, could be extra bases. And that one's going to get into the corner. And he's got a leadoff double in the 4th.
First pitch swing in, went up there with the...
Now pitching for
Coming out for the Orioles, Yennier Cano.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Man at second. Out towards right center field. Adele on the run. But the second baseman calls him off. And there's 1 away. Here's Pete Alonso.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Hard hit, but right at him in left.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Tap foul at the plate. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And now a chance for Shea Langoliers. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1. Late with the swing there.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident.
Ah, that's strike. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the center fielder, Colton Cowser. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse, go after hitters and get quick outs.
Ball, that's in.
They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Now a fly ball to right center. Smith gets under it. And there's one away.
Yep, that ball went out.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Bringing the cheese on that one.
Ball two.
The Orioles with a lot of ground to make up, and we're at the top of the fifth. This one in the air, right field. The throw into second, not going to get him. He's in there. Jackson Holiday, the next to hit for the Orioles. 0 for 1 so far. Check swing. He went. That's strike one. Runner at second here, one gone. That one fouled off. Foul ball. It stays 0-2.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Laser to the gap, should score the run. Mountcastle around third. He will score, and they're on the board, but lots of ground to make up.
Everything came together for him. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. That's ripped into the outfield. And that is that. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Stepping in, Christian Walker.
Christian Walker.
What a stop. Over to first. And they get the out. Oh, great stop. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. And now the right fielder, Cam Smith. That misses the zone. Ball one.
That's in. Ball two.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Here's the left fielder, Taylor Ward.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Up next for the Orioles, the designated hitter, Nick Kurtz.
So I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball two.
just missed.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Swings through that one for strike two. The Athletics up big in this one, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Strike three, and that's two in a row. So digging in, Jordan Westburg, 1 for 2. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. And that's the third out. Well, we go bottom 6. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Brandon Lockridge. Out towards right center field. Adele on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. On the corner for a strike. Cano, the tall righty, 32 years old, and he was born in Cuba. Chopped left side. Westburg whips it to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play. 2 down, base is empty. Brent Rooker digs in now. That's off the inside corner, and that is ball 1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia.
Yeah. Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
What do you got?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
And Woody Keller right on it. Says he held up. The 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, absolutely levitate some people with your breath. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
What do we got? The crab fries in Philadelphia? Is that right?
Yep. And then
it's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. 1-2 now. Lifted in the air, right center field. Lockridge ranging into the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Now pitching.
So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, Jacob Lopez.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Inside ball.
The Orioles with a lot of ground to make up here in the top half of inning number 7. And that's in for a strike. And it's 1-2. Ripped on a line to center. 2 up, 2 down. And next for the Orioles, Ryan Mountcastle. In there for strike 1.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. Ripped towards third. That's the inning. Bottom of the 7th. Now the A's designated hit. So they turn to their closer, Andrew Kittredge.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it. You know, these A's, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
That's a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. You'll often hear the phrase, short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
With all of those hard hits, the guys are going to love seeing the spray charts after this one. It's clear they're not just getting lucky up there right now.
1 out man at first. And here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Ball in.
And that is cut on and missed. And a count 1-2. Got him. 2 out.
Hey.
Alonso off of first with 2 away.
That's a ball. Nope, that's a ball.
Oh, look at the stop. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Ready to begin the 8th. Digging in, number 7. On the ground, right side. And foul ball. Foul ball there. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. And that's in there at the knees. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The A's up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. Got him. That's the 2nd out. So next to hit for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. 1 for 3. And a fastball in there for a strike at 91. Popped in the air, left field. And that is that. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now pitching change here, Ryan Helsley.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters.
And it gets by him. Liner snagged at first. Dives for the bag. Got him. Double play. 2 outs. Base is empty. Next up for the A's, Brandon Lockridge. Nice grab to first. Pretty nice play there. And we're back. Now the left fielder, number 3. for 3 in this one. And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Tyler Ferguson.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 1. Ferguson, a righty that throws with power. 32 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2015. The 1-2. Swings and misses. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Jordan Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Oh, that's inside. Ball, that's out.
The 2-2. Struck him out without a swing. And the Orioles down to their final out. Check swing called strike. That's strike 1. And ball 1.